that work with you and your wife? Like, is she more like laid back?
My wife is she's everything that a woman's supposed to be. Soft-spoken, elegant, extremely laid back, extremely.
When y'all get in an argument, what does she do?
We don't do arguments.
Okay.
We don't argue.
If you guys get in a disagreement, what does she do?
She does what grown women do. She lets me be right until I realize I'm wrong.
Damn.
That's how grown women navigate. Yeah, I deal with feminine women.
Wait, say it again.
That was hard. Say it again.
She allows me to be right until I come back and realize I'm wrong. That's what smart women do.
So when do you come
Ladies,
back
that's
and
a new
realize you're
standard.
wrong?
It could be when I leave. I could go get in my car. It could be a day. It could be
What if
2
you
days.
never realize it?
She knows what kind of man she got. I'm going to realize it. Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
And for you, be putting child support, you are a flat person. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to call you flat person supreme. Because you know why? Why the you putting on child support talking about some? He think he about to be with that. He think he about to... Go and find another man. Go and find another... There's a man in Africa. There's a man in Russia. There's a man in Europe. There's a man in Canada. Go and find you another man. You're over there taking child support money, tax money, food stamp. Hey, Jesus Christ. You are flat person supreme, ultimate. Go and find a job. Who y'all be feeling like? Why the fuck you gonna put that man through that just because he don't want to be with you? He like the other girl more, not you. Funky ass. The flat person. Who y'all be feeling like?
Do you need a girlfriend? No, the I don't. And you know what? I'm glad you said that because, like, at this point in my life, I was telling somebody this. Somebody was like, why don't I have a girlfriend? Mind you, would be nice. But I realized that I don't got the patience. I realized I don't got the patience, and I still got a lot of growing to do. You know, so I'm still working on myself at the end of the day. And I really just don't have a lot of patience for a lot of that relationships require. You know, like, for example, explaining myself. Like, I really get annoyed or aggravated when I feel like I'm explaining myself to a who I don't gotta explain myself to. Like, what the am I explaining myself to? And that's when I realize I'll be ready for a relationship when I meet a person who I don't mind explaining myself to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you on some BS.
Heated debate online after a TikTok video from a stay-at-home dad sparks backlash. Now, in the clip, he insists that staying home with his young daughter, doing the cooking, the cleaning, and nap time is easy, and he challenges stay-at-home moms who say the job is hard.
I can clean the whole apartment while watching her before 12 or 1 o'clock. So can someone please tell me, when does being a stay-at-home mom become hard?
His remarks drew sharp criticism from many women, especially mothers who say the emotional toll, exhaustion, and isolation of running a household without pay is real. A study cited in the debate puts the unpaid labor of full-time homemakers at nearly $4,700 a month in major cities. So what do you think? Does the TikToker have a point or not? Let us know. And download Fox Local for live streaming, news, and more.
What are your thoughts? Comment below.
Here's some crazy research for you. So, a third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please, drop it in the comments.
You know, men have decided it's easier to take a step back. It's easier to opt out rather than trying to hop into confusion, rather than trying to force my way into a situation that, quite frankly, doesn't seem advantageous to me. Doesn't seem like it's going to go well. So I'm not going to sit up there and continue to be like, oh man, I got to get her. No, I don't. The alternative with me forcing myself into this space is I have somebody acting crazy with me, and I don't have time for that.
I don't like to be approached at the gym just because it is my safe place.
One thing I do at my office in London is we actually have a safe place for men in our office where women aren't permitted to talk in our meetings. And it's just a nice place for men that they can feel comfortable to discuss ideas and solve problems without women interrupting them. And it's really spiked our productivity in the last quarter by about 53%.
Do you have a space like that for women? Where men aren't allowed to talk?
So we have the conference room. Women usually have the women's bathroom, and they could get their. That's your guys' top.
That's where women should gossip.
Yeah.
Bathroom.
Well, the cleaning supplies are there in our office, so the women can help out with the cleaning of the desks.
This woman has something to say about Hispanic men and black men.
And with that being said, I have never heard or seen a Hispanic man say, I date outside of my race because Hispanic women talk too much and they're spicy and they have attitudes. And guess what? Hispanic women do. Hispanic women act very, 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 very similar to black women. And guess what their men do? They get their ass up at 3, 4 in the morning. They hop out the van and they go work. And guess what? They do not complain about it. What's wrong with y'all?
You know what? This young lady has a point. I don't really hear too many Hispanic men complain about that either. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. I just don't hear about it. So like I said, she has a good point. But I do have a couple points as well. Number one, show me a bunch of Hispanic women online talking bad about their men. Calling them broke, calling them losers because they don't make 6 figures. Show me those women.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Number two, even though you say these women have the same attitude as black women, but their men will still get up and go out and work and take care of the family. But I notice you seem to leave out a very important point. Those women take care of their home. They cook, they clean, they take care of the kids. And if there's any extended family living there, they'll take care of them too. They don't look at housework like slavery. They look at it as taking care of their family. Now, like you said, they might have an attitude when they're doing it, but guess what? They're doing it. And number three, you don't hear a bunch of Hispanic women coming online talking about how independent they are, how much they don't need men and how men are useless, and then turn around and expect these same men to want to come and provide and take care of them. And before y'all start with the he don't love his mother crap, I am a black man who only wants to be with a black woman. So you can miss me with that. And of course, I am not talking about all black women and I'm not talking about all Hispanic women. Now, I shouldn't have to say that, but I've been online long enough to know I do. So like I said earlier, you're making a good point, but so am I.
Checkmate. Shoot!
Well, honestly and truly, most of these women want to get their hearts broken by Chad and Tyrone. For the rest of us who actually want to improve on ourselves, we're going to go somewhere else and do that. And that's what today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle, helps you to do.
I'm sorry. I know it's like not a popular thing to say. Stay-at-home mom is not a hard job. Like hot tar roofer, that's a hard job. Landscaper, that's a hard job. And we've even created a culture. Motherhood is the hardest job in the whole world. And this Mother's Day, remember that mom is the hardest job. We've got people gassed up on this idea that like, oh my God, the hardest job in the world is being a mom. And it's like, guys, it's not. It's not. It's not the hardest job in the world. It's an incredibly important job. You could make the case that it's the most important job in the world, for sure. But it's the most physically taxing, incredibly. And by the way, it's transient. You're telling me a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old, it's the same gig? No, I had 2 kids. Trust me, 2, really hands-on, really challenging. 8, still hands-on, but in a very different way. 18, not really that hard anymore. Psychologically, maybe you have to be there in different ways and discipline in different ways, but the hands-on part of it's not as difficult.
It has come to my understanding that there's an epidemic of women who are calling out men and saying that they don't approach women in public anymore, and they don't understand why. And they want more men to approach them in public. Now, I can't speak for all men, but I'm going to give my top 3 reasons as to why I never approach women in public. Okay, so number 1 is that I already have a preconceived notion that women don't want to be bothered. If it's like a grocery store, the gym, any public place, I already assume that you do not want to be bothered, especially in a grocery store. I know a lot of the baddies get anxious in a grocery store. It's overstimulating and all that. I feel like the grocery store is a terrible place to bother a woman. So I never would do it. So the number 1 reason is that I naturally just assume y'all don't want to be bothered. So I leave y'all alone because that's just what goes on in my head. A close second, like a really strong close second, just be nervous. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Y'all be bad as you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can get nervous, you know what I'm saying? I don't care, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how claim to be. I get nervous. Do get nervous. And sometimes I'm nervous to talk to y'all. I'll keep it a bean. You be out there bad as you know what I'm saying? Got me nervous. What did Sexy Red say? She said, I'm sexy, so he nervous. Yes, you're sexy. I'm nervous. I'm scared to talk to you. And last but certainly not least, I'm terrible at reading social cues. Like, I just genuinely don't know when is a good time to approach. You could be staring at me, and I'm gonna assume you staring at me because like something wrong with my outfit or I look weird. Like, I don't know when is a good time to approach. Like, I'm not good at reading social cues. I'm not good at being able to tell when a woman has some kind of like distinct interest in me or thinks I'm handsome or something from a distance. I'm just not good at reading those type of situations. And I don't like the guessing game. I don't like trying to guess whether or not, oh, is she looking at me because she like me or like, I don't like the guessing game. So I just be like, nah, and keep it pushing. That's just my personal reasons why I don't approach women. But like I said, I can't speak for all. That's just this.
Men have started going their own direction and quit fixing the mistakes and the foolishness. And some of the stuff is not even a mistake. It's just you doing whatever you want to do and expecting a man to save you. And when I, as a man, have stopped doing that, my life has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, women dress up for each other, not to impress men. Science proves it.
Crazy how women will quite literally completely change their mentality based off of just wanting to win an argument, right? For years they've been saying, for years, oh, we don't do it for men, we do it for ourselves. But the second that a man says, hey, you don't dress up for men, you dress up for you. No, we actually dress up for men. We dress to impress men. We've always done it to impress men. We want to get the attention. It's actually been true all along. Am I right now? Like, a woman will literally snitch on herself just to win the argument at hand. It doesn't matter if it disproves all of the other arguments she's ever addressed in the past. As long as she wins this argument, she'll make sure to tell you what the truth is to prove you wrong.
What was the number that you told him?
4.
What was it actually?
Like 150.
Excuse me?
Sorry, Mom.
Wait,
Sorry,
how old were you?
I was 19. I had a friend who had an older sister, and she told me, have sex with as many people in high school as you can because no one has.
But this is why I say you will never know unless a woman is honest with you. She told a dude 4. He was happy. And then her conscience ate at her. Shout out to her for having a conscience, I guess. I don't know if any man could live with that.
We don't know. That girl math is what's happening every day. We don't know their past. Now, we can tell what's happening in the present or the future, but we do not know that past. Every time if it ever came up and a woman has this conversation with you, she's never went past 5. I've never had a conversation and a woman went past 5. Ever. She just said 4 and she 150.
And you know, modern women continue to say, you know, why is this guy not asking me out? Why won't this guy shoot a shot? Why is this guy seeing me, staring at me, but he's hesitating? I mean, at some point in time, maybe you should realize what the man is going through. Maybe you should realize, you know what, this date really cost him. You know what, you know, he might have to spend a little time. He might have to spend some. Well, you know, we both spending time, but you know, he's got to spend his money on the date instead of just saying, well, you know, I spend my money too in a way because I use my makeup and you know, I go get a spray tan and I took one woman said, man, I took a workout class. I was like, girl, that workout class ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. You just started working out. You went to one workout class. You didn't lose no weight. As far as I'm concerned, you wasted, well, I mean, you didn't waste your time, but if you saying that you did it for him, you wasted your time. You need to have been doing that well before you met him, during the time that you met him, and then after the time that you met him. That's how these modern women do. They try to assign stuff to men and say, oh, well, you know, I'm doing it for you, so I got to spend money in a way. No, you're going to spend that money anyway.
I think that if you have children, you should be with the father of your children. That's what I think. If he was good enough to give you a child, but he's not good enough to marry, is crazy to me. He was good enough to give you something that's a piece of him for the rest of his life. You want to go out here with low market value. This sounds really terrible when I'm saying it out loud, but you want to go out here and do all of that when you could have just stayed with him. Why'd you choose him in the first place? Why'd you let him shoot up the club? Why'd you let him get you pregnant?
That's real.
I don't understand that. And if that's the case, be with your baby daddy. I don't feel like women should be getting pregnant by everybody.
That's also true.
I just don't think that. A majority of children are accidents. They are. I'm an accident. You were probably an accident. Kenny, one day we'll probably have an accident.
I'm the firstborn
Definitely
too.
an accident.
I was the firstborn too.
So I say that to say, I'm saying that most children are not planned. It's like, oh my God, we're pregnant.
Yeah.
Most parents are not sitting here like, yeah, we're gonna get pregnant on this month. Now, some are.
Some are.
I'm hope, you know, in my situation now, I'm old. It's big old. It's giving.
Girl, you're not old.
I'm just saying now it's a plan.
Okay.
And I pray God is in alignment with the plan.
Years ago, while married, I looked into the eyes of a stranger and had this feeling of coming home, a connection just I had never felt before. And, you know, the timing can be more inconvenient because I was married. And so here these people came over. They were potential investors in the project. They had a friend tag along, and that friend was John. And that was the person I had this kind of very special moment of connection with. John and I were kind of in this like bubble of wanting to know every last thing about each other. It wasn't like hot and I want you and romantic. It was like our souls or our beings were like, I just need to be in your presence because what is this? Like it was hard to understand or describe. And I remember hugging him goodbye. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to see this person again, but wow, I like don't want to let go. Because it's like, I like remember like his heart beating against my heart and just like the moment was so evocative. And when they walked into the moonlit sky, I turned to my ex-husband, my then husband, and I said, I just met a soulmate. And my then husband said, I saw, and that was beautiful to witness. And
oh my gosh. You know what? I was gonna be upset, but the husband said it was beautiful to witness.
A lot of these men have realized that, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, it might seem like opting out is the best choice. Because when you look at how much stress you have to go through, modern women being inconsistent, just those two alone will have you saying, or, you know, kind of reconsidering and saying, well, maybe this is not the journey for me right now. Maybe I need to go build myself up. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe I need to put a little bit more into who I am.
Yeah, I got him in here cooking tonight after he worked 12 hours. See, this is what you need to do when you come home from work, just like I do every other night, okay? I know he's gonna say, well, you should be cooking every night because I pay the bills, but guess what? Guess what, buddy? That's not how it's gonna work around here.
What is the purpose of antagonizing him?
You're gonna put in some extra work when you get home.
Well, why don't you go to fucking there while I'm doing this?
Because I need to make sure you're doing it correctly. What are you talking about? Don't try to push me out of my kitchen.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be up in my space while I'm fucking cooking.
Now she know if it was the other way around, her ass would be cursing him out. So why do that childish ass shit?
I'm not in your space. I'm just monitoring the situation. I'm making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when you're done, you're going to clean all those dishes in that sink. Because they're not going to do themselves. And I sure ain't going to do them. Not after the day that I have staying home all day. I'm stressed out.
Staying home all day? Oh, hell no. He better than me. Because I would have told her ass to eat that attitude for dinner.
So after your little 10-hour shift, what was it? 12? I think it was 12 hours. But after your little shift, you're going to do those dishes. And you're going to serve me dinner, too. It don't even look very good.
You talking to that man like he a dog or something. Somebody needs to put your on a leash.
I'm 31 years old, single, and I'm not on dating apps. And over the weekend, I had a girl ask me, well, where are you going to meet men?
And I said, I'm not going anywhere to meet men, meaning I'm not leaving my house and deciding where I'm going and what I'm doing based on if I'm going to meet men there or not. However, with that being said, I then told her my list of places I go and I have gone where I've had success meeting men. So I'm going to tell you. Number 1 is the gym. And ladies, I hate to say this to you, you're not going to meet men in Pilates. You're going to have to either go lift weights or do some boot camp related or run clubs. That's another great one. Another great place to meet men is events, sporting events, concerts, any sort of events, even the rodeo. There are even rodeos here in New Jersey. Events, amazing. Another one, hobbies. Get into hobbies that you actually enjoy, because if you meet someone doing it, that means they like the hobby that you enjoy too. And that's an automatic connection. So like pickleball, for me, it's golf. In general, I try to avoid meeting people in nighttime settings where there's alcohol involved. I would much rather meet someone during the day where no one's drinking and we're doing healthy activities. So those are all of the places that I've had success meeting men. But ladies, for the love of God, please do not leave your house thinking to yourself, where should I go today to meet a man? No, we're leaving our house thinking to ourselves, where do I want to go today? Because that's something that I want to do and where I want to go. And you know what will happen? If you end up meeting someone there, it's just because you're doing something that you enjoy and you want to do, and you're already going to be in alignment naturally with that person.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
Men do care about the way that your body looks. You don't act like perception doesn't matter. No, it does. And men actually do care about the way that your body looks. Again, women are the only ones that'll say the face card never declines. Men don't say that because they will decline it, because the body's not right. They will look over the overweight, obese women for plenty of reasons. But one of them is because, well, hey, look, I know that if she gets pregnant, she's just going to get bigger. It's not funny. If she gets pregnant, she's just going to get bigger. And if she's not already concerned about this, when she does get bigger after this baby, all I'm going to hear about is excuses, and she's going to blame the baby for it when she was already coming like that. All right. You don't want to deal with that. All right. Men care about the way men get to tell men to work out for themselves and for more women. They'll say, first and foremost, it should be for yourself. This is your health. But secondly, you are going to have more options. You're going to have better options the better you look. That's facts. Okay. Men can tell men to work out and they'll do it. Well, and then some of y'all, honestly, it's the weirdos that'll be like, I'm not doing this for anything, for anybody. And if women want this, I'm going to sit on my ass and F it. Okay. Like, just let them go. Let them go. Okay. Let them go. But look, men get to tell men to work out for themselves, and secondly or thirdly, whatever, I don't really care, but it's okay to work out so that women like you more. It's okay. But when women tell women to work out, they won't do it. It's a very different kind of response. All right. Women, cut it out.
Okay. So there are a decent number of profiles like this. Okay. 31, female, based in the US, event coordinator, average looking in my opinion, and wearing heavy makeup with false lashes in all of her photos, including the casual ones. Here are some excerpts of her profile. I would like someone who is physically my type, attractive, fit, full head of hair, 5'11" or above, at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Looks matter to me. He must be educated and have a stable job well into 6 figures. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and a high value man who understands the worth of a woman in a relationship. I won't tolerate anyone who does not know how to treat someone like a lady. I have high standards, and I'm not interested in anyone who is trying to lower my standards. Now, this person is rejected because I don't think that the person that she wants will want her back. I mean, I've already seen profiles like this, and she doesn't meet their requirements. But what's very interesting to me is this discourse about trying to lower my standards. I've actually seen that sentiment a bunch of times in my comment section, and I don't actually know what that means. I think it's a very weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean other people are trying to lower your standards? Nobody cares what your standards are, and nobody cares even more to try and lower them. This is a free market, so you can have all of the standards that you want. You can ask for a billionaire if you want, but people also have to choose you. Now, as a matchmaker, I can factually tell you that based on what you're looking for, those people who do meet your requirements, whether or not they would want you back or not. So at some point, especially for someone in my position, it's simply about reality. And what I would say to this person is, hold on to your standards, hold on to them tight, and find yourself someone.
As men actually benefit from marriage more than women do. And when you look at the statistics of like post-divorce mental health outcomes, men have worse mental health outcomes than women. Women are typically happier after divorce. And so if you want to argue that marriage disproportionately benefits women, like that's not true.
I'd be pretty unhappy too if I was on child support or alimony and I had a hard time seeing my kids.
And you had to support your children. What a hard life.
Well, you understand that it's not taxed. So the problem is they take over 50% of the man's income because it's not, so they have to pay taxes on the stuff they're giving her and take half of his paycheck.
To support his children that he wants to be involved in their lives.
Right, but it wasn't his choice because women leave the majority of the time.
It is his choice to relinquish his parental rights if he wants to.
What I'm saying is many men want to be married and they want to be an involved father and they want to stay with the mother of their children. My point is if she makes the decision to leave, she should pay for it. If you want to leave, that's totally fine, but you should pay to raise your kid.
Is it not his child as well?
And he should pay for the time. That's why I said 50-50 custody off the bat, no child support, no alimony.
So she gets to take on all of the childcare responsibilities, but he doesn't have to like pay anything. He doesn't have to have any buy-in.
I didn't say all, I said 50-50 custody. He should have the kid half the time.
But doesn't have to pay any money towards it.
No, he should pay for the kid when the kid's at his house.
Okay, and so the majority of the time when the kid is at the mother's house, he doesn't have to be involved in any way financially?
No, she should pay for it. She has a job. Why should he have to pay for a kid?
He should support it.
If she chose to have the kid and she chooses divorce, why should she not have to pay for her own decision? That's the thing. See, there it is. You want all the freedom to do whatever you want, but you don't want to have to pay for it.
And you have to understand that when you ask about where all the good men are, a lot of these men are quiet. They're right in front of you. They didn't disappear. They just quiet. I'm selective. I'm less willing to throw myself into another situation that looks and that feels unserious. You look and you feel unserious. This whole thing that we got going on looks and feels unserious. It looks like you playing around. You about to play with my money, about to play with my time. Some of these brothers got kids and you about to play with my kids. And if you start doing that, we might have a problem.